Howdy y'all, it's Kathy from RustPaperScissors, and I'm here today to do a flip through of my latest journal. I'm calling it Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. It also has some extra items included, and I'll go through those at the end of the video. I struggled with this journal. This is one of my favorite journals I've ever made, and but I felt like it had a Paris or French vibe to it. I also felt like it had a Hollywood, maybe vintage Hollywood vibe. And then there was also thinking of the Paris theme, fashion. So I kind of included French items and fashion items. And then part of the extra add-ons are there's a vintage Hollywood. So I grew up in the 60s, so we watched a lot of movies from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And one of my favorites was Marilyn Monroe in Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. And so when I found this brooch, I love to go to thrift stores and find rhinestone jewelry. And this was a beautiful necklace that I just converted it into the book topper for this journal. And I felt like it really kind of said either Paris or Hollywood. It's a repurposed Reader's Digest book. It's approximately 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. It has a 2-inch spine. The spine is covered with some lace from my wedding dress, and then the back is just plain. And then it also has a little book plate on the front. I added the word journal, but you could add any name that you wanted. It also has my signature closure, which is the bulldog clip with the chain, and it really makes for easy access. One of my favorite things is rust and rhinestones, so I love to include those together. So let's go inside. It's a very plain journal. There's a lot of room for journaling. Like I say, I included some French ephemera. I included some fashion ephemera, and I will talk about, as a child growing up, we did a lot of dress up. And when I was a child, in fact, my 6-year-old birthday was a dress up party. And we would dress up like movie stars or ladies going to fancy balls. And we just had a ball. And so this journal kind of reminded me of that too. So it's been kind of a mixture for me. I was thinking that somebody might like to document their childhood, and fashion was involved, going to the prom, getting married. There's so much different fashion. There's also travel. So I really want this journal to be one that you can personalize. Most of the ephemera is removable, so you could either take it out of the journal or you could move it to a different place in the journal. So I just wanted to give you that little introduction just to understand. If it seems a little disjointed, that's why I wanted to include a variety of possible themes. So that said, let's go inside. The front, I found this beautiful image of this woman. She looks to me like maybe she's from the 1920s, and I liked including that on a book, a library card holder. And then inside I just have 2 library cards. This one is a original library card. It's from 1962. And then this is just a plain library card that you could put the information about the book on. And then I made it a tuck spot. So behind the library cards is just a little tuck spot. I included, I'm going to put it over here to the side, I included some 35 negatives and some 8mm negatives. I included just, a variety of pictures maybe from that era. And then this little lady, I thought she was so pretty, all dolled up. And then I just added 2 little digitals that are French documents, and you can write on them, and I just put those back there. And then we have those. I'm going to leave those out, and I'll put it back later. The first signature is just a digital print that is on some fabric and then some ribbon twist paper. I love using the ribbon twist paper. It adds a lot of dimension but no bulk, so I use it a lot in my journals. And then on the side here is a rusted ribbon crimp, and it has a little chandelier crystal on there. That's not vintage, so you know. And then this is the inside of the signature, and this is some chantilly lace. And then this was the book page, or the title page from the book that I used, and it was called A World of Great Stories. And I thought, oh, that's a wonderful idea for a journal. Everybody's story is special, and just want to encourage everybody to record their stories, and for their loved ones, and it just means a lot, I think, to know someone's history. This first page is just some typing papers. It's been tea dyed. All the pages have been tea dyed. This one has a little heat emboss on there. And then this is just a piece of watercolor paper. I added a little lace. And then this is just a vintage map. It happens to be a map of the Dallas area where I'm from. It was probably a map I had when I was a child. And then I just added this little digital print. And then this is just another digital that you could write on. I liked it because the blue matched the matte paper. This is just some writing paper. This is another piece of the watercolor paper, and I added some ribbon, and then I added a little rhinestone just to kind of keep with the theme of the rhinestones. And then this is a different, this is ledger paper, and then I just added this little digital print on there. I thought the colors went together well. This is some music manuscript paper. This is some old book paper, and I added what I call a little hidden paper clip. It's actually a rusted alligator clip, and I just love this picture of the little girl. Maybe she's playing dress up, maybe she's going to a recital, so I just liked that. And then the back is just a tuck spot with its embossed paper, and I added a little French postcard. This is another French digital receipt. And then this is a little envelope, and I held it together with I believe they're called, I'm going to draw a blank now, turn button. So I'm going to include these for sale in my Etsy shop. I really like them. But it opens up, and it's just another little page that you could journal on. And then you could also journal on the envelope, kind of as a mystery or hidden journaling spot. I'm going to get it out here in a minute. So that's that. And then this is just some ledger paper from the 1950s, and this is a sheet that is pretty sturdy. It was part of the index pages where it had the alphabet, and you could see the A's, the B's, the C's, and that's how they categorized the journal, well, not journal, but ledger. And so I used one of those pages, and the other side of it is this H. And so that's the other side. And then this is just some probably vintage ledger paper, maybe from the 1980s, 70s, 80s. And then I just added a digital on there. This is some dictionary page. I added a little pull spot. And then this was a tag that I made for the Grungy Tag Challenge. And I just included it. It's a guest check, and I folded up the bottom. And then I added this picture of a beautiful party dress. It looks like maybe it's the drawings for, maybe a party dress. And then I just had this little metal rim tag that I had stamped several years ago and wanted to include that. It has a little Paris vibe to it. And then this is just some more of the ledger paper from the 50s, book page, ledger paper. This is some old book paper from a typewriting book, and then I just made a tag out of the same paper and included that. And then this is the center of the first signature. It's an envelope, and I made this tag again for the Grungy Tag Challenge when they were using labels, and I had used a label I made on that. And then inside is a little coin envelope that I added a Dollar Tree sachet to, and I have a video on my channel that shows how to make these little sachets. It's just like a nice little smell. And then this is a digital of the Eiffel Tower. And then the back here is again of the envelope is just another woman in a fancy ball dress, and it's probably the cover of a pattern, but it doesn't actually say that, so I'm not real sure. Then I didn't want to leave the guys out, so talking about fashion, so I included this little tag that I had made, and with the gentleman's hat and collar, and then this size 13. So I wanted to include that. You don't want to leave the guys out. You could talk about maybe your date for prom, what he wore, or your husband, what he wore for your wedding day. There's just all different things you could do. Then this is some more of the typewriter page, book page. This is a tag that I made. I believe this is a vintage handkerchief, and I added it to the guest check with some rusted ribbon crimps, and then it's held onto the page with butterfly paper clips. I like those. I sell those in my shop. This is just some ledger paper. This is some book page that I added, just a little collage and made it a tuck spot. And then this is the back. This is the more of the ledger paper. And then I added a digital with the ribbon twist paper. This is some book page or dictionary page. And then it just has two little French digitals that I included. And then this is a digital tag. And again, it opens up. Then this is the back of that ledger paper. And then this is another tag that I made out of the vintage, women's clothing. So I liked that for the fashion era, but you could take it out. It's not permanent. And then I added this little rusted heart on the edge of it. Then this is some book page, and I added these two little tags that I made, a little digital, and then this is just a tag that I made. And then this is, again, a hidden or a tuck spot, and it's one of my favorite. I love the dress forms, and then I added some, I believe this was a sheer curtain fabric that I added. And then on the back, this is just a tag that I made of the Eiffel Tower. And then this is one of my favorite images, is this little Parisian lady walking her poodle. And I just think that's so cute. And again, it opens up for writing. This is a tag that I made, and It's a guest check, and then again I folded it up and stapled it with rusty staples. I added this picture of this beautiful lady, and then just a little coin envelope, and it has some writing space on the back. And then this is a metal rim tag, a tea-dyed metal rim tag. I just added this flower on there, and then I just hooked it on the side. This page opens up, but I won't show you that. This is some more writing paper, some more of the map paper, some watercolor paper, a little rhinestone, tea-dyed tracing paper, and then the back here is again the lace, and then just a couple of digitals, and then this was a library card that I added the word passion, and I made this little flower on the button. Okay. And then the back is just a belly band, and I added just a few French things there for you to journal on or to use in your journal if you wanted. And then this is just a digital print. And then this is just the front, the second signature. And I thought this little girl was so cute, all dressed up, and these other two all dressed up. So I wanted to include those just because I love them. And then this is just, again, the heat embossed tracing paper. This is a little tag that I made in the watercolor paper. This is some of the map paper, and this one shows the Dallas. This was the Dallas area, Farmers Branch. And this is just some writing paper, some more of the ledger paper, and I added a little snippet on the top, some manuscript paper, again our whole book page. On this one I added just this embossed paper with a paper clip, and then I added the little tag. And then this is again our ledger paper. This tag, I loved it because the colors I thought went so well with the dictionary page. The gray, I don't know if you can see it on my camera or not, but it's just a tag that I made with some French script in the background, the Eiffel Tower. And then I have it held on there with a book dart. And then it's just more pages. These are a couple of more tags. And then this is a tuck spot on the book page. I just reinforced the edge of that book page with some of the, what is it? Velvet ribbon. And then this is another homage to the fashion theme. It's an inventory tag, a layaway ticket, and an alterations tag. And again, I thought you could write about your prom or your wedding, and so I wanted to include those. And then this is just a tuck spot. This is just a tag that I made. This is, again, the center of the second signature. It's a digital print with a little twine on there. And then inside, this is idea I got from Natasa at Treasure Books. I don't remember exactly what she called it. It's something like a stacked tag or something, but I really had fun making this, and she does a wonderful tutorial. I'll add it in the description box below. But what I did was I took pages that I had used in this journal, and I made them into this little kind of like tag booklet. I'm not sure what to call it. I apologize. But what you do is you open it up, and it's really some hidden journaling space. Now, she left hers open, but I found it was easier to close it back up and open the next one. So that's how I made mine. And then again, it's just different papers that you can write on. And it's just, I thought it was fun. So I wanted to include this in the journal. And that is that little item. And then this was, again, another tag that I made, and I added the dress form, and then I added the Paris, New York, and London. That's a stamp. And those just go in there. I won't put them back, but I'll put them up. And then this is, again, typewriter paper. That's another little digital. This is another receipt. This was a little bird that I stamped, and then I covered it with paper wire, and made it a little tuck spot. And then this is just a digital, and I added some tags to it. And then, oh, this is again another of the rusted alligator clips, and I added this flower to it, and I thought that was really pretty. Then this is just some ledger paper. Again, I reinforced the edge with some velvet ribbon. And then this is just a tag, a digital tag, and I included that. Again, the dress form, kind of the fashion theme. And then this is the ledger paper, some more of the old book paper, the manuscript paper. This is the ledger paper, and this was again another. This was definitely a pattern cover, and so I found that. And then this is just some writing paper. This is a little tag that I made that says explore, so I thought that went with on the page with the map. And then this is just a little Paris advertisement. This is a metal rim tag that I tea-dyed, and I added a little ampersand kind of at the end to add something special here at the end. And then this is just paper. And then this is again the chantilly lace at the back. I made this little tag, and I just a digital, and then I put it onto some embossed paper, and I wanted to be able to write on it, so I added this little book page with the same little flowers on there. So that's just a tag that I made. And then, as I talked about earlier, growing up in the 60s, the only thing that I knew about Paris fashion was what I learned from I Love Lucy. And so I found some little digital prints, and I just wanted to include them just as fun because, like I say, that's the only thing we knew about Paris fashion was what we saw on Lucy. And this is just the scene where the high fashion model is walking down the street, and Lucy and Ethel are so impressed with it, and Fred and Ricky are stunned. And then this was what the item that Ricky had made for her. And then this is Ethel and Lucy in their new frocks. And then this is them walking down the street. So it's just a fun reminder of, the era I grew up in, and I just wanted to include that. And I'll put those back at the end. But that was at the back here. And then this last page, this is just the back of the signature. I added this little mini clipboard. And then the back page, this is a tuck spot, and it's just some corrugated cardboard with a digital print and some material. So that is the journal. And then what also goes with the journal is this. I'll pull this in first. It's just a little extra. It's a tag that I made, and it has a little room here for you to write maybe your dreams, or if you were a ballerina, something, if you performed something. I just didn't know, but I thought it was beautiful and wanted to include it. Then this is the cutoffs from pages in the journal, and I wanted to include those. I have this, I call it a skeleton binder clip, and I just love those. I rust them and I sell them in my shop. So I like to use them on the top of a page because they don't take up a lot of room because they're up at the top. But this is, like I say, just a bunch of the cut-offs from the pages in the journal. And I wanted to include those in case you wanted to utilize them some way in the journal or make tags that, fit your journal. So that's why I included those. And then the other thing I included was kind of back to the Hollywood image or Hollywood idea. The name of the journal is Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, so I had to think about Marilyn and the movie Gentlemen's Prefer Blonde. So I found some, it was Vintage Hollywood, and it was some of the actresses in that era. And this is Audrey Hepburn wearing the dress she wore in Sabrina, and it says Vintage Hollywood. And then inside, I just found, again, these little digitals of Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, and I just watched Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and she rocks that slip, my goodness. So she's one of my favorites, so I included her, and then there was also Rita Hayworth. And then I made these two little tags. This one is Audrey Hepburn Breakfast at Tiffany's, and it's just a little book library card. And then this is a picture of Marilyn, and I believe this is when she sang Happy Birthday, Mr. President, but it's again a a library card. And then I added some more of the 35 millimeter negatives, and then the 8 millimeter negatives. I thought you could incorporate those with the pictures. And then I found these two kind of a collage of one's Marilyn and one's Audrey Hepburn. And I thought you could add them to a page in your in the notebook, or not notebook, journal, or you could add it as at the side of a page. But I thought those would make great page, maybe a tuck spot, but I liked including this Hollywood theme. And then I also found this picture of Marilyn, and I just thought it was beautiful. So I wanted to include those. So this is the journal. It is for sale in my Etsy shop. I want to thank everyone for their time, and I would appreciate it if you leave me a comment, or if you liked the video, if you'd hit the like button. That helps my channel grow. I just want to say thank you, and I'm appreciative for all the support that I receive. Thank you very much.